What the fuck is wrong with you people? What is up, everybody? This is a non-profit parody of Ven, and I welcome you to the M.O.C.ked Spotlight, where we take a shit on what you build. For today's episode, we'll be looking at the I don't know if that's how you spell it. The Connoisseur, built by ELE109 and posted onto the TTV message boards. Now before we do this, let me glance over my method of reviewing, which involves a point system based on 3 fundamental attributes: the overall appearance of the M.O.C., the build of the M.O.C. itself, and the concept and ideas behind the M.O.C.'s creation. Each of these qualities will mount up to 5 points, leading to a final score which will be determined at the end of the episode, and please remember that this is all my opinion. And now, let's get this show on the road! Hello there, gentlemen. Nice tux you got there. What's your name? Bonkle? James Bonkle? With the license to build? And tell me you don't see a tuxedo in this M.O.C. Or should I say, Takadoxido?
Kill yourself!
Anyway, yes, this guy sure sports a spotless look with a nice color scheme of gold, purple, and black. And even though he has more monster-ish qualities like the head of Terak and the claws on one hand, and on both feet, it's definable as a person in its stature. And once you see the white part on the chest, you know, this is not battle armor. This is much better. Much more kick-ass. This is a motherfucking tuxedo! Even if you see the shoulder pads on the armor or the legs, you will not be able to tell yourself, this is not a fucking tuxedo. And that tux lies snug on a body with one hella good shape. Just look at this buff chest and slim waist. These are the proportions of a Jonathan Joe star. And I love when people use metru chest plates as part of the abdomen. Wait a second. I've seen that combo of an angled piece and a rubbery fang thing before. Holy shit, this guy stole Kingy's dick! Anyway, I like the widening sleeves with the gold as well. Looks real fancy, and he's got some thick legs. Even though, I just noticed the shoulders seem a little low for his body. Then again, we have seen what happens if you try to customize shoulders in CCBS. We call it the Uniter sets. And now to see what this sharp-dressed man is really made of. I can't really tell. I mean, I know he's mainly made of CCBS and Technic, and from what I can see, a lot of small pieces went into the torso. Next to the torso, which even seems movable to some degree, we have an interesting build in the lower legs. This build looks really cool and prevents gappiness by adding some interesting choices of pieces to the sides of the legs. We also have function, which is this rifle gun that can be held and, if not needed, simply stored away on the side like it was holstered away. Simple but neat. And guess what? We have a custom hand, so we gotta give this M.O.C. big hands. I hate this. Moving on to the concept. We got something for once. Now, this was an entry for the M.O.C.ked contest, but not really. He's more like a judge, a mock connoisseur who takes a look at the contestants, and the creator also called him a circus ringmaster, so Maybe all the Makutas are just a bunch of clowns to him. Also, I love his bio. I wish I had his job. His personality is supposed to be a mix of a fancy critic and a nut-job ringmaster, and I guess I can see the fancy part because that's what he looks like. So the main concept was also the tuxedo body, and that was what the entire mock was focused on. The tuxedo created by black torso and white Takadok's head, and that's what you notice at first, and you can't stop looking at it. I think that was the idea. Scores! In terms of appearance, this mock receives a 4 out of 5. It's sleek, humanoid, and unique in its look, and really fucking fancy. If only his shoulders weren't so growing out of his ribs. The build gets a 4 out of 4 of 5 as well, because it's cleverly done. The entire torso built around the single part to fit it aesthetically, and with gaps clearly avoided. The concept gets 5 out of 5, because it's funny and interesting, as he's not an entry for the Makuta contest per se, but more of a judge. A meta mock in a sense. And I like that. This leaves us with a final score of 13 points, and that is great. I love this mock. And I also like your avatar from the forums, ELE109. This really tells me you got style and masks. Anyway, I hope to find you on the forums as well, guys. Just throw your stuff on there in the LEGO creation section. And maybe then, I might find it. And you can get on the mock spotlight. Or maybe even on the mock spotlight. Who knows? Anyway, that was it for this spotlight. And I hope to see you again next time.
My plan has been set into motion. Don't be worried. Just be patient. One more week, my dear viewers. And my dear Venom.